Austin Dillon.
Final time, there's the contact!
Boom!
Is everybody going to come to the house afterwards?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are they going to come?
Yes.
There we go. So if Ace Man says everybody can come party tonight, I guess it'll happen.
Yeah, it's like, you don't remember anything after 40. Like, you're just literally just walking around like a fish.
You know what? I'm very comfortable wearing this, and, if you think I'm a well.
You hang up and try again.
Live on the Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios, driven by General Tire.
Rock on, baby!
I am serious.
Here's the Freaks.
Well, Freak Nation, you saw Will Power in that intro. We're going to spend a good 20, 25 minutes with what Crasher says is the Mount Rushmore. He might be number 3, number 4 on her Mount Rushmore when it comes to IndyCar. And it's unlike, you've never heard Will Power like this here in the Freak Nation. We'll touch on that in the second hour. Austin Dillon with a legitimate win at Richmond this time. And they actually crowned a freaking champion last night, right? Didn't they crown William Byron with the Drivers' Championship for regular season? But did they hand him the trophy?
No. No.
So he clinches. He clinches the regular season championship. And who muffed that up?
Even NASCAR's onto us, man. They didn't want to take up TV time with handing William Boring Byron a trophy. Because they were even excited last night with Richmond's Saturday night race, and the fact that they didn't want to take up 2-3 minutes of William Boring Byron. Oh, William, we love you, man. We love you. A lot of things happened on Saturday night for the Richmond race, Freak Nation. Cole Cusimano was working at a big-ass pizza joint, watching the race, freaking shortchanging all of his customers and making sure they got the wrong pizza. But damn it, Cole Cusimano is going to give us some insight to the NASCAR Cup Series race.
Hey, right. This is where when you come to Phoenix, this is where you get your pizza.
That's right, Amici Pizza.
Legit.
Bang. And what's so awesome about Amici Pizza is Cole's been on this show for, 7 or 8 months now, and he's only brought pizza in here once.
Ooh,
really?
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Wow. Freaking General Tire gives him some new tires, and we get one freaking pizza.
Ooh.
That's it. That's not as bad as William Boring Byron, Freak Nation.
You put me in charge of the sound drops now.
Pizza every week from here on out.
There we go.
I declare.
There we go.
Oh! Attaboy.
So unhinged.
This is, we're diving deep. Now I know your addiction, Kenny, back in the day with the sound clips. This is too much fun.
We're going to crown will we crown a Beat the Freaks winner tonight? We'll also have that. Right. Be sure you follow us on Twitter and X for your shot at a set of General Tires. You got to beat us when it comes to NASCAR Cup Series racing before the weekend, Freak Nation, or actually over the weekend, Freak Nation. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the website, speedfreaks.tv. Austin Dillon coming up in moments. Richard C. Childress joining us here in the Freak Nation. And going into this weekend, man, I think, Cole, you told me this. The Friday before qualifying, Austin Dillon was what when it came to odds?
Austin Dillon opened the weekend at plus 5,000.
So if I would have dropped $10 on that, what would have happened?
You would have won $500.
Boom.
Yeah.
10 to 500.
Yeah. And then after qualifying, which he qualified 11th, really good effort there, he was still plus 3,000. So you could have won $300. He threw 10 down. So, yeah, he pulled it out again, once again, repeat at Richmond, and there was all the reasons pointing to him, having another successful weekend, which he did.
Wow.
You saw the Open, and we'll touch on that when it comes to Beat the Freaks. I took a flyer when I picked Austin Dillon to win the damn race. And what's so fantastic about this, I'm going to be honest with you. Crasher and I were at a soccer tournament with our lovely daughter and her team during the race, but we're getting updates on our text thread from all these happy bastards, and the no effing way Dillon's going to win this race. No effing way Dillon's going to. There was all this trash on. I picked Austin Dillon to win this damn race, just kind of a whim.
On a whim, whatever. He won last year.
Well, Crasher.
I know.
We know how he won last year.
Right.
I see Joey Logano. Bam! And I just took a flyer on the guy. That's how much confidence I had in Austin Dillon winning this race. I didn't bet on the guy at 5,001. When I set that up last Wednesday for Beat the Freaks, Cole Cusimano.
Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah, you definitely did. But like I said, he had 3 top 15s over his last 4 starts going into this weekend. And people forget, before he bonsai'd Hamlin and Logano last year, he had a 3-second lead over them before that last caution came out. So
right.
he's had a great track record there. He's done well there in the lower series, and lo and behold, he repeats there once again. So
well, I hate to do this, Freak Nation. Richie, please don't take up the entire segment, my friend. But you're comparing Austin Dillon's run
to a Hall of Famer.
To what?
Yeah.
Listen, I've not tried psilocybin. But I'm told that you might have tried psilocybin last night.
This is not true.
What?
Dude, okay.
How do you come up with this crap?
That was a Jimmy Johnson-like drive from Austin Dillon, and I'm not being facetious.
Will you hit your freaking drop when you say that, please?
That one?
Yeah.
That's not, no.
How do you get this? A 7-timer, you're comparing Austin Dillon, who's won 2 races in the last 2 years, to Jimmy Johnson. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
First of all, most laps led in the number 3 car since Dale Earnhardt Sr., 100-plus laps.
Whoa.
100-plus laps led. He dominated that entire third stage, right? Third stage of this race, let me try and set this up as best I can. I can go on for a while. But he drove past Ryan Blaney to take the lead of that race on a little bit fresher tires. And he gambled. Him and his team gambled a little bit. And what they did was they undercut the 12 of Ryan Blaney, pitted early.
On the final stop.
On the final stop, on the money stop, and wink, and gambled, and ended up, and his team told Austin Dillon, hey, save your tires on your first couple laps of this run so you have some later in the race. And it worked. And Austin Dillon was smart enough and a good enough driver to save his tires for that entire third run and said goodbye. And as soon as Ryan Blaney pitted, he had no chance. And he sailed off into the sunset and led the last entire bit of that race. And that was an elite-level drive from Austin Dillon. I don't know if you can watch that race and go, how anybody could have driven that race better than Austin Dillon did. Incredible drive from Austin Dillon. A lot of people will joke about his talent, et cetera, et cetera. Watch that race, and that was an elite-level drive. A drive like that with Jimmy Johnson or Jeff Gordon or Denny Hamlin or Martin Truex Jr. Kyle Larson, and you're like, God dang, that was one hell of a drive, but Austin Dillon's never going to get the credit. Elite level drive from Austin Dillon. He deserves to be in the playoffs because of that.
I mean, he had a 4-second lead in closing laps.
Yeah.
That is elite.
Yes.
That's absolutely elite.
If that would have been Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, would those folks that watch NASCAR full time, would they have already been like, this is a boring race? If a suspected driver to win the race was leading that much with 3 or 4 seconds left in the race versus Austin Dillon, who a lot of folks said had no chance, was it people watching Austin Dillon like they're just waiting for him to stumble?
To me, that was part of it, honestly. To me, I tweeted this out last night, too, and I said that. I basically said, I'm locked in to this race, and Austin Dillon leading this race for a spot in the playoffs on the line. That made me tune in, and that made me more entertained than having anybody else. So for people who complain about the playoffs suck, why don't we have a full season points? Watch that race last night and tell me that race didn't matter more to Austin Dillon and an RCR team. If this was a full season points, who cares? It's another race. It's like, this race doesn't matter. But it mattered last night, and that's what made it so awesome.
That's an extremely valid point.
Yeah.
But Austin Dillon joins his teammate Kyle Busch in the playoffs, right? Damn. We know. You don't need an explanation from us, Freak Nation, but competition between teammates, and Will Power even talks about it next hour, about the competition with Joseph Newgarden and Scott McLaughlin. The competition between Austin Dillon and Kyle Busch is harsh. And for Austin Dillon to come out here and gain a slot into the playoffs where Kyle Busch, it's do or die for the guy at Daytona.
I mean,
fortunately, it's Daytona.
Anybody?
Yeah, he wrecked half the field here at Richmond, so let's see him do it again next week at Daytona, right?
Oh, no.
Cody, you want to chime in on that?
He says no.
Cody, you chimed in on it in our pre-show meeting about, well, there might have been another issue of what happened with Kyle Busch on that accident. What'd you say about, or is it Richie about Kyle
Another
Busch?
Kyle.
There was a certain a brake pedal applied by the 5 car. Could have went a different way.
And that's, you know what, Cody cutting on Kyle Larson?
Yep.
That's like
that
me
doesn't happen.
cutting on my daughter. You know? Being able to cut down my daughter a little bit, saying, yo, she caused that accident, man. You know, she caused the game. That's tough.
So the big one that people are pinning on Kyle Busch, you are saying, Cody, that
Quickly.
the 5 car hit the brakes and maybe that was the instigation of the accident.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
He was getting a little slow into the corner there, and, you know.
Okay.
That holds some weight.
Yep.
Freak Nation, we're going to take a break, but joining us next segment will be RCR's own Richard C. Childress and, of course, Austin Dillon, your winner, with his baby boy sitting on his laps, Freak Nation. A big, big show. Will Power, second hour, unlike you've ever seen the guy. It's a good 20, 25 minutes with him joining us here in the Freak Nation. Make sure you're part of it. More Freaks next.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
As your power steering pump ages, seal leaks may occur, causing the power steering system to lose fluid. Your power steering system may also develop an annoying squeal, and the steering may become more difficult to handle. By using Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, you will stop the seal leaks, reduce slack in rack and pinion, eliminate the squeals and hard spots in your power steering system. It is guaranteed to stop seal leaks or your money back. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak. It works.
Whatever you do, General Tire delivers.
Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with SpeedFreaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to SpeedFreaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, Mondays, 12 p.m. Eastern and Pacific on Racer Network.
Since 2022, the Enjoy Illinois 300 and Worldwide Technology Raceway has been nothing short of spectacular. Side-by-side racing, intense battles, flared tempers. It's now the second race of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. All the excitement and the added drama of championship elimination. Go fast or go home. Get your tickets now at www.raceway.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Office of Tourism and Discover Downstate, Illinois.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Coming up, Freak Nation, Austin Dillon, your Richmond Saturday night race series winner. All right, your Cup winner, coming up here in the Freak Nation with his boss and his grandpappy, Richard C. Childress, joining us here in the Freak Nation. But first, this segment brought to you by our good friends at Lucas Oil. Go to lucasoil.com to check out a line of products to keep your rides fat and happy. Got yourself a two-wheel out in the garage? What about a ski boat? Hell, what about a classic Mustang? Lucas Oil has the products to keep your rides on the road. Go to lucasoil.com. To the surprise of absolutely everyone except me, and it's a fact, we've got it documented. I said Austin Dillon was going to win this race. Mm-hmm. And the research that I did on this was incredible. I nailed it. And that's why I didn't put $10 down when it was plus $5,000 to win this race. But it's a huge deal. Last week before last, the issues with Austin Hill, Richard Childress. We're a blue-collar team. NASCAR coming after us. And what does Austin Dillon do? He goes out there and kicks the ass of many drivers that have won multiple races. And
did so handily.
Oh, yeah.
Handily.
That's a good go-to. Richard C. Suave believes it was a run like seven-timer Jimmy Johnson back in the day.
Championship level. Cole, you can't deny. You can't deny. You didn't get a chance. We ran out of time to get you to respond to my comments.
Okay.
You can't deny that drive from Austin Dillon was mightily, mightily impressive.
Absolutely.
And you didn't. I would not expect Austin Dillon to drive like he did at Richmond on Saturday night.
I agree. No, I definitely agree. But he earned every bit of that victory. Him and the entire 3-team, honestly. There's just complete execution from the top down. And, you got to give credit where it's due. So
right.
I have no disputes there. 7-time champ level, though? I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? Richie, that's like the Jets. Final drive, they win a regular season game.
Really?
That reminded me of the 80s San Francisco 49ers and the 4 championships they won. That was just a game. Anyway, we'll get into that. When we do Horsepower Hunt Day, it's always Wednesday before race weekend, and we were going into this race thinking it was going to be another snoozer. Mm-hmm. But lo and behold, it wasn't, Freak Nation. Tire degradation and other issues. Austin Dillon, someone that no one thought was going to win the damn race, also helped. But Cole, what I found out in the post-race was that dude had one of the gnarliest injuries to drive a race car with to that win.
Yeah, unbeknownst to many, Austin Dillon disclosed in his post-race presser that he raced the last 2 weeks going into Richmond with a broken rib. And here is what he had to say on how the injury happened.
I don't like to talk about it, but I fell off a ladder pulling my bow case off to get ready for hunting season. I came down a ladder and just missed the last step and fell on top of the bow case, and it knocked the breath out of me. I knew it was pretty bad. Went ahead and raced Iowa, and then I got it x-rayed, and that about the 7th one on my right is broken. So just been racing with it. It's been pretty painful, but yeah, I've raced Watkins Glen in Iowa and then here.
Yeah, Watkins Glen is the kicker right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kicker. Your body's moving in so many different positions. Broken rib.
Ooh. And what did you say his last, how many races?
He had 3 top 15s over his last 4 starts.
Holy smokes, with a freaking cracked-ass rib.
Mm-hmm. Told you, man. Championship level. We got to start putting Austin Dillon and Jimmy Johnson in the same sentence.
One of those top 15s was at Watkins Glen, too, where he's ripping the left and right turns. So, really impressive. Impressive drive by this 3-team so far.
Keep that 4 shot. There are 4 people that you're looking at on this camera right now, and one of us has cracked his ribs twice skiing in 2 out of the last 3 years. Cole, how many times have you been skiing?
Exactly 0.
There you go. Leave it at that. And it's painful as hell, man. You fart, cough, laugh, turn over in the bed. I can't imagine driving a G-damn race car with, this wasn't just one. It was like a freaking shrapnel. And it was just brutal. But my goodness, props to Austin Dillon. What else from Austin?
Yeah, so obviously it's been no secret that over the years, as of late, RCR's performance has taken quite a dip. And Austin Dillon was asked about sort of maybe a changing of the guard in the upper management and ownership areas, and how maybe he and his brother Ty can help lighten the load off RC in the coming years.
Well, you look at our organization, and there's one rock in the middle of it, and that's my grandfather. And he's always been there. He's always the guy on top of the truck and trailer, giving his all. You don't see that from every owner out there. So if I can be a rock to help the rest of the organization when the rock is getting older, he's getting older, but he's still a fighter. You just want to fill those shoes as best you can and help when you can. Well, we have knockdown dragouts between the two of us. I sense that we need to go. We get into arguments to the point of frustration, and it's very hard when he's your grandfather to have an argument with him, because you don't want to argue about it. But there's certain directions we've got to go and move this boat forward, right? And I'm constantly pushing him. My brother has stepped in now and trying to help as well. So between the two of us, we want to try and take some of the load off of him as we go.
Here's something that people fear, fans fear, as team owners age. They go through the aging process is, oh God, what's going to happen to this team? So it should be a little bit of a relief that Ty and Austin are acutely aware of Richard Childress's age, potentially, I'm not putting anything out there, I'm just saying potentially some health concerns, and that they're eager and willing to be able to step back maybe from their driver roles a touch and put their business hats on to help the team succeed or at least make some changes to move forward and succeed better. Get back to the Richard Childress Racing of old or Childress Racing of old. And I think that's saying something. Austin's been an owner of the Carolina Cowboys, PBR teams, and he's got other business interests such as driver management or athlete management, I should say. It goes beyond just race car drivers. So his business acumen has really stepped up, and I think this is a positive sign. This is something that fans may not have their eyes on necessarily, but it's good for the sport overall. I like this.
Austin Dillon, again, Freak Nation, if you didn't hear, he won Richmond Saturday night under the lights. And we got Daytona under the lights next week. But more from our friend Austin Dillon.
That's right. Yeah, Richie brought up a great point at the top of the show. Does Austin Dillon get the credit he deserves? He's now a 6-time Cup Series winner on top of winning championships in the lower divisions of NASCAR. So this is Austin Dillon on if he gets the credit he deserves.
I think I get the credit I deserve, man. Like, I have some great fans out there. It's cool when I go out and sign autographs, and I have some very loyal fans because they've had to go through us struggling at times, but we're kind of just a fighter, you know? Like, we don't go away. I feel like a lot of people think, well, that guy's going to go away at some point, but we're able to chip away and claw away and find ways, and I like that. I like that underdog mentality a little bit, but yeah, no, it feels pretty good. I've won 2 Xfinity championships, quite a few Cup races now, and this one probably one of the best ones because, you know, no drama, and it was just pretty much a butt kick in there. It was good.
Kenny, I don't know if you remember, we had Michael McDowell on maybe 10 years ago. We've had him on a lot. But around 10 years ago, we had an interview with him and talked to him about being a backmarker. And he said, you just have a different mentality when you know you don't always have a car that can go in to win, but it makes you fight so much harder for that next position on the track so that when a win does come, it's like, oh, the overall joy that comes from that. And then you think, okay, what's our next step? What's our next step? So yes, there is a different mentality to that. And you just heard that from Austin Dillon himself. He's scrappy. And then you saw just, you know, the victory that came with it last night. That's also something to be said.
But again, the kick in the nuts for me is the fact that, and again, with TMS as well, you guys had the predictable top 3 or 4 drivers winning this race. And for him to come, this wasn't a neck and neck. This wasn't a car link. This was 3-4 seconds, man. Mm-hmm. And to the surprise, and I can promise you that people inside RCR were thinking, okay, let's just finish this race and move on to Daytona. But for him to dominate like this, how in the hell does that happen with a blue-collar team?
Exactly.
Explain it to me, Freak Nation.
Yeah.
One more?
Really impressive. Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, it was a reason to celebrate for sure. Like he said, less drama than last year. Earned this win, every bit of it. Actually earned the playoff berth this time as well from NASCAR. So this is Austin Dillon on his celebration upcoming for this win at Richmond and it being more lively compared to last year, potentially.
Well, the guys already asked if we were going to the house to party, and I'll do whatever. I'm like I said, I'm wore out. But Ace, don't you said when we left, Ace was like, Dad, we haven't won in a long time. I'm like, it was just last year, dude. And then what else did you say? Is everybody going to come to the house afterwards?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are they going to come?
Yes.
There we go. So if Ace Man says everybody can come party tonight, I guess it'll happen. So are you happy?
Yeah.
Good. That's all that matters.
I know that feeling, man. I've got an 11-year-old that looks at me, Dad, we having a party this weekend. Hell yes, we are. Freak Nation, coming up next hour, Will Power, Portland's race winner, Indy 500 winner, 2-time IndyCar champion, unlike you've ever heard the guy. And coming up next, 7th. Tyler Reddick is 7th, and he just might not make the playoffs after Daytona. That's next. SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Whatever you do, General Tire delivers.
Here's to the Dream Chasers, the glass ceiling breakers, the minivan mothers, the schedule jugglers, and everyday all-stars at the top of their game. We see you making moves, taking names, and rewriting the rules to find your own way. To all the women who keep our world running smooth, we keep you on the move.
Since 2022, the Enjoy Illinois 300 and Worldwide Technology Raceway has been nothing short of spectacular. Side-by-side racing, intense battles, flared tempers. It's now the second race of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. All the excitement and the added drama of championship elimination. Go fast or go home. Get your tickets now at www.raceway.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Office of Tourism and Discover Downstate Illinois.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, Tyler Reddick, 7th in points. Just might not make the playoffs after Daytona. We'll get to that. But first, our friends at General Tire remind you, it is crap hot out there. Go get yourself some new General Tires. For more information, go to GeneralTire.com to find a dealer near you. Trust me, there's one near you. Go to GeneralTire.com, the official tire of the Freak Nation. That's General Tire. So Richie was talking about this in our pre-show meeting, and it's kind of a stunner. If you look at the regular season points, Tyler Reddick is 7th in points. But in playoff standings, he sits at where, Richie?
He is currently 15th in the playoff standings right now because we've had 14 different winners.
Got it.
So Tyler Reddick has yet to win a race this year. Reminder, he won the regular season championship in 2024. He was also a member of the Final Four at Phoenix and had a chance to win a championship this year. And he might just miss out on the playoffs completely if he has a bad race at Daytona. Wow. And we all know Daytona, as wild card as that is, you get caught up in the big one, and his championship hopes could be over just like that, depending on how Alex Bowman finishes as well.
Mm-hmm. That's just mind-blowing. Oh, that's just wow.
Who's got the purists in their blood? Would Cole be the best snorkeler for this?
What do you mean?
Tyler Reddick, sitting 7th in points, misses the playoffs to a Michael McDowell, Carson Hocevar, an A.J. Allmendinger. Are you crying foul?
Yes, I am.
I mean, even though it's by the rules, you're still crying foul, right?
Absolutely. I mean, it's no different than when Harrison Burton won last year. I was a fan of that. But, I mean, obviously it'd be a big miss if he didn't make the playoffs, seeing as he won the regular season championship last year, made the championship 4. But I can make the case that guys like Alex Bowman with 14 top 10s, and Tyler Reddick, who as you get to eclipse 10 on the season, deserves to be in there over him. I'd make the case that Ryan Preece with 10 top 10s, running top 15 every damn week, should be in there over him. So, I mean, you want to see him in there. You want to see those 2311 cars in there, obviously. It's better when MJ's on the screen and pull in more viewers, but man, it's very possible. I know he has one Talladega win under his resume in the Cup Series, but you got a lot of hungry drivers out there below the cut line. Brad Keselowski, Alex Bowman. So it's very much up in the air. I'm very pumped for this weekend, though. It's going to be a great one at Daytona.
In any other sport, because people like to compare NASCAR, whoever, NHRA, whoever has a playoff in racing to playoffs in stick and ball. In any other sport, there aren't bonus points for you winning a game in order to make your playoffs. So therein lies one of the problems, I believe, with the current playoff system, is being rewarded for a win outside of being guaranteed into the playoffs. I like this win and you're in thing, but getting extra points so as to potentially have someone in the top 10 in points not make your playoffs is a little off to me. There is maybe where a change could happen.
Remember the grief last year after Logano went on to win? When Harrison Burton got into the playoffs, the grief that NASCAR took, and actually, was it Phoenix where the two Steves were at the table just getting hammered about the playoff system, and we don't listen to the fans, and They've got to be crossing everything on their freaking body, hoping that doesn't happen. Because racing fans, football fans, basketball fans, you want the 8, 16, depending on whatever the series of sport we're talking about. You want the 16 best G-Dam drivers to race. And if Ty Dillon gets in, even if Ty Gibbs gets in, and Tyler Reddick or Alex Bowman, they don't get in, I mean, it kind of sucks ass. But at the same time, as I've said many times, I love chaos. So quietly cheering for an A.J. Allmendinger or a Kyle Busch or Brad Keselowski, Michael McDowell for the win? Yeah, I am.
I mean, not to take away from these guys, but you look at the round of 16, you have Austin Cindric, Austin Dillon, SVG. These are guys that are going to be first-round exits, in my opinion. Again, not taking away from what they did this season and their wins, but, like, do you see them taking out a William Byron, a Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell? Like, I just don't see it happening. So if there's another driver, a fifth one, like an Edgy Allmendinger or a Todd Gilliland, like, it's just going to be a waste of a playoff spot, in my opinion.
Well, I hate that argument. That is one of my least favorite arguments from anybody regarding NASCAR. It's a waste of a playoff spot. What do you mean by that?
How'd Harrison Burton do last year?
He exited in round 1.
Yeah, he did.
So what? That happens. Like,
it's a waste of a spot.
No, but that doesn't make any sense because you don't hear that in any other sports. You hear that in no other sports. You're like, oh, hey, the Diamondbacks made it as a wild card 84-win team in 2023. You talk to people before the playoffs started, even myself, and you go, that's a waste of a playoff spot. They're going to get their ass kicked by the Milwaukee Brewers. They showed up. They swept Milwaukee. They sweep L.A. They make it all the way to the World Series.
How are they doing those playoffs against my Texas Rangers, Richie?
They made it all the way to the World Series as an 84-win team. So I think it's like a false flag bullcrap argument to come in and say it's a waste of a playoff spot.
Okay.
There is no waste of a playoff spot. You are in the playoffs.
I like your comparison to wild card.
That is a big deal for those teams to make the playoffs because they get a decent amount of money for making those playoffs. Especially as a smaller team like RCR. Like, I mean, he jokes about being a blue-collar team, but it's true. RCR is not a top 3 team in this sport anymore, and they haven't been for 15 years since Kevin Harvick drove for him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is a big deal for those teams to make the playoffs, and it's not a waste.
Well, I like your comparison of the wild card, but what's different in stick and ball wild card versus what's happening with guys that are outside of the points and making it in the NASCAR playoffs, in my opinion, is that, okay, then show up in the first round. Mm-hmm. Give us more of what you got. If you don't show up, it repetitively puts that narrative out there of, somebody else maybe could have been better. That's the difference.
Can you say the same thing about Josh Berry?
Yes, I can.
He's taking up a spot that he shouldn't?
Well,
if he makes the playoffs?
I would argue he has a better shot than guys like SVG and Austin Cindric because he has speed on the ovals and short tracks and whatnot. But, like, I think you can't argue stick and ball in this scenario for playoffs because you're talking about a collection of wins and losses in these respective leagues, whereas in NASCAR, you have somebody like SVG with 4 wins and 1 additional top 10 outside of that. So it's like, I don't know. I just don't see the correlation or the comparison there that you can make with NASCAR and stick and ball and playoffs and I guess validity in that.
You know what, though? After Richmond on Saturday night, okay, I hear your Harrison Burtons, I hear your Austin Dillons. SVG got 15th, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
His best finish on an oval. Y'all haters need to back off of my guy SVG.
He's coming.
When I picked SVG and beat the Freaks on Wednesday, every single one of you looked at me like, you crazy son of a bitch. What are you doing? And you know what? Top 15 for my guy SVG. Let's go.
He's coming.
He is making it to the round of 8 in the NASCAR playoffs this year. Book it, Cole Cusimano. Let's go. Come on.
Do you want to put money on it?
Here we go. 88 in the round of 8.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right,
put money
I like
on
that.
it.
Okay.
Well, and as I was just talking to Cole, you saw me do this on camera. He reminded me that SVG top 20.
Top 20 at Darlington.
At Darlington. Bruh.
He's
Here he
also
comes.
gone on record saying that's his favorite track on the circuit that's an oval. So Darlington, yes. So
and he's gotten this close to going, I hate Bristol.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Well, all right.
And I know we're going to talk a little bit about this coming up in the next segment, but I'm that guy where I cheer on those wild cards. I've always cheered on the underdog. And I was quietly, I tried to make an argument of why Harrison Burton should be in. Maybe it was because I just want, again, I want that freaking chaos.
Well, and also, it's within the rules at that moment.
Yeah. It's Joey Logano.
So it's a legit argument.
Got his ass kicked by the purists for winning a championship. You play by the damn rules, man. You can do it. So for one of these guys that are bottom feeders, Ty Dillon, Ty Gibbs, to get into the playoffs with a race win at Daytona. Ty Gibbs. I don't know. I don't want that guy to win a damn race at all.
How do you really feel?
Yeah. Cole Cusimano. Because I felt the same way. God dang. No, I didn't. Because they beat the Mavericks. Sorry. That's how I roll. And I think all of us, as long as that underdog doesn't crap the bed like Harrison Burton did, if that underdog comes in, SVG, shows up at, Darlington, what's the race before Bristol?
St. Louis.
Darlington, St. Louis, and Bristol. As long as he shows up and he's not 32nd or 33rd, I'm cool with it.
Agreed.
Right?
Absolutely. And I'm all for the underdogs, too. I'm a Mets fan, I'm a Jets fan. My favorite movie's Rocky, so, bring it on. I'm all for the underdog.
So would you consider Brad Keselowski an underdog in this?
I mean, no, probably not.
If he wins,
probably
Daytona.
not. He's been better lately. He's been cooking off good results. Another
Daddy
top 10
Cole?
this week.
Is there a Santa Claus? No. That was convincing, man. All right, Freak Nation, coming up next, more on the playoffs. One driver that I say NASCAR is a whole hell of a lot better when he's in the headlines and he's making the playoffs. Right now, he's currently not in the playoffs. We'll get to that. Also coming up, Will Power, like you've never seen or heard this guy, man. One of the greatest personalities ever in all of sports and IndyCar. He joins us for a couple of segments next hour. Plus, Beat the Freaks, Freak Nation. Did our contestant beat the Freaks at Richmond? It's all coming up. Speed Freaks Pits and the Lucas Oil Studios.
Yeah, because I want respect in the paddock. But I don't want the opposite, where everyone thinks I'm a wanker.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Here's to the Dream Chasers, the glass ceiling breakers, the minivan mothers, the scheduled jugglers, and everyday all-stars at the top of their game. We see you making moves, taking names, and rewriting the rules to find your own way. To all the women who keep our world running smooth, we keep you on the move. Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with SpeedFreaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to SpeedFreaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, Mondays, 12 p.m. Eastern and Pacific on Racer Network.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive styling. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
Since 2022, the Enjoy Illinois 300 and Worldwide Technology Raceway has been nothing short of spectacular. Side-by-side racing, intense battles, flared tempers. It's now the second race of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. All the excitement and the added drama of championship elimination. Go fast or go home. Get your tickets now at www.raceway.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Office of Tourism and Discover Downstate, Illinois.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Coming up next hour, Freak Nation, Will Power. Crasher, you and I had a chance to spend 45 minutes with this guy. Mm-hmm. And you've got Will Power on your Mount Rushmore of IndyCar drivers, is that right?
Absolutely, I do. He is the fourth all-time in wins. He is number one all-time in pole positions. And he's still got so much left in the tank. So already he's top four in each of the main qualifiers, in my opinion. So yes, why would he not be on Mount Rushmore with Scott Dixon, Mario Andretti, and AJ Foyt? Nothing against the Unsers or Danny Sullivan or who am I? I'm missing a lot of big
Alex
names.
Palou in a few years.
Well, he's still going.
I got it.
He's still going.
And on that note, the things that we learned from Will Power in this interview, Richie evidently already knew that there is a movie in the works, or what was it that he said, Crasher?
It's done.
It's done, and his brother's going to be shopping it?
He is currently shopping it for film festivals. Yep. Because festival season is upon us. So let's see. Let's go. It's a short.
Right.
But you may or may not know about shorts. If a short is picked up by a big-time producer, they can turn it into a full feature. And so if this does win some awards, who knows? The possibilities are endless.
And the background of Will Power is bonkers, man. Comes out of an area of Australia. You talk about blue collar, man, where you had to fight your way into many areas just to prove your worth. And he talks about that.
It's not just fight. It's fight.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
We got to the bottom of why the double birds, where that came from. His movie. He sets the record straight with Roger Penske. Yeah, man. A big second hour. A lot of time with Will Power. You don't want to miss that, Freak Nation. And in between breaks, I just love these. We get divisive in a lot of our opinions, Freak Nation. And when we found out that Dover until the schedule's released, we don't know, but allegedly Dover will become the home of the All-Star race next year. Cole Cusimano, what's your problem with Dover as the All-Star race?
It deserves a points-paying race. The All-Star race is an exhibition event. It's a BS event, in my opinion. I don't think it should be a thing anymore. It should be an off week on the schedule. I think it's a slap in the face to Dover and the history that it brought. It has been in the sport for a long time in NASCAR. Seeing this facility firsthand, seeing how the community embraces these race weekends, a slap in the face. That's simple as that.
Why wouldn't they embrace an All-Star weekend? What does it matter?
The All-Star weekend is just done. There is no juice to it whatsoever. I've said this back when it was on a few months ago. I have zero interest anymore whatsoever. I do not care for it at all.
So you're alluding to potentially, if Dover does become the location of the All-Star race, that it will lose any points-paying race.
I mean, it only has one race on the circuit right now. It used to have two on the schedule, but I mean, as you saw with Richmond this weekend, they had a sellout crowd. So when these tracks that had double weekends go to one date, they tend to do much better, sellout wise. So
imagine that.
I don't know. I don't think they have a points paying race and the All-Star race, but I could be wrong.
Listen, if Cole Cusimano could have a baby, he would name it Dover. Man, he's in love with
Dover. Miles Dover.
Whatever, damn it. Freak. He would, because he's in love with this racetrack. So I
it's a great track.
If Cole had a baby, he would name it Miles Dover. Yeah. I get it. I understand your passion for that track. But Cody Big Johnson, put the camera on you for a second. Do you have an issue with what he's saying?
Not in the slightest bit.
Yeah, you did. You had an issue with him. What was the problem?
What are you talking about?
You said,
I do not want the All-Star race to be at Dover.
Oh, okay. So you agree with him?
Hell no, I do not
then
want the All-Star race.
Why were you pointing at your Miles hat?
Because Richie brought it up to shame on Miles. So I wanted to make sure he knew that the eyes were looking right at him.
The eyes.
Turn your head to the left. Show the Freak Nation the
eyes of Miles.
There you go. Freak Nation, we have Daytona left for a driver to make it in. One final driver to make it in, right, Richie?
Correct.
One final driver to make it in for the playoffs. And Austin Dillon earned his way in. According to the rules, he earned his way in to the playoffs. Josh Berry earned his way in within the rules. Harrison Burton, 2 years ago?
Last
year, earned his way in, Freak Nation. Those are the rules. Where does Austin Dillon sit in the points standings, Richie?
Right now, he is 25th after the win.
So, Austin Dillon would not be considered the top 16 best drivers make it in the playoffs. Is that right?
According to the points,
right?
You'd be correct.
Mm-hmm. And I said this in our pre-show meeting. Right now, Kyle Busch is looking up at the playoffs. He has to win Daytona to get in. And my statement about Kyle Busch, NASCAR is better when Kyle Busch is part of the headlines. Not saying he's one of the top 16 drivers right now, but with Kyle Busch in the headlines, it punches freaking tickets. And now where Kyle Busch is in his career, it is so strange, Crasher. We've been doing Speed Freaks for 25 freaking years. And the issues with we've had issues with Kyle Busch, but as the guy's gotten older, he's softened the edges. He was humbled the fact that he couldn't find a great ride that he had, like at Joe Gibbs. He was saddled with RCR and then makes the playoffs his first year with RCR. But frankly, this year hasn't had a great season. Himself, his team, the boys back at the shop haven't had a great season.
It started off with promise, though.
True.
Remember COTA, remember Daytona, which gives a little bit of hope for all the Rowdy Nation, I should just say, coming into Daytona this coming weekend.
So I'm not going to say quietly. I'm cheering for Kyle Busch to win Daytona because good, bad, and different, he creates a divisive line. Not like he did 10, 15 years ago, but Kyle Busch being in the playoffs is better for NASCAR. I think NASCAR would agree with me. But Cole Cusimano does not agree with me. Or maybe you don't disagree with me that he's good for the headlines, but even if he wins Daytona, do you not feel he should be a part of the playoffs?
I mean, I'm not going to say no to a two-time champion and a guy that has over 200 race wins combined. But, I mean, there's more deserving drivers out there. And just to be frank, this team has not been great at all this year. 7 total top 10s, 62 laps led in the entire season. 62 laps led, 17.6 average finish. They're just making mistakes every single weekend. It's not just the lack of speed. It's speeding on pit road. It's other pit road blunders. Just failure to execute. So I just don't think that they are a deserving playoff team. But I agree with what you said that Kyle Busch it's better for NASCAR when Kyle Busch is winning and a part of the headlines. But when he's made headlines since joining RCR, it's been relatively negative. So he has to rewrite the narrative and just come back into the limelight as one of these top-tier drivers, which, you want to blame the equipment and all that all you want, but Austin Dillon went out and whooped the field at Richmond. So it's like, what's the deal here? Is there just a lack of chemistry with the team? Is he getting older? Like, what's the deal? But I don't disagree with you. NASCAR is better when Kyle Busch is winning.
Right.
So there's really nothing that can be pinpointed yet as to why he has had a fall off. It's been noticeable, a fall off over the last several weeks of the regular season. But we can't really pinpoint it on anything?
No, other than Kyle Busch being washed, I don't think there's anything. Like, here's the thing. The stats back it up, too. Do you remember his last Cup Series race win?
It was 2023.
2023 at Worldwide Technology Raceway.
Oh, it was St. Louis. Wow.
2 years ago. 2 years ago. This is a driver who had won in 19 consecutive seasons. That streak ended last year. He's on the tail end of his career, for sure. But Denny Hamlin's 45 and is a championship contender. So you can't say age is the problem with Kyle Busch. It's just sometimes you just get up at age of 40 driving a race car and you just lose it. Like Kevin Harvick wasn't great at the end of his career. Martin Truex Jr. was like one of the lone exceptions where like he was a championship contender. He won the regular season title, I think, in 2022, and then he just retired after last year. So,
but if Kyle Busch is in Denny Hamlin's car and with Joe Gibbs Racing, is Kyle Busch still looking up at the playoffs?
Ooh, it's a valid question. I would say no also.
Right?
We don't know. We don't know.
We know it's a combination. We know it's a combination of issues with Kyle Busch. He's been a very good soldier and not hammered RCR for the performance. So, Freak Nation, are you with me? NASCAR is better, good, bad, and different. I don't care what you say. Just take your opinion off of Kyle Busch. You got to agree with me. NASCAR is better when Kyle Busch is in the headlines, is in the playoffs. Freak Nation, coming up next, Will Power, like you've never heard the guy, man. This guy is, as Crasher said, Mount Rushmore material when it comes to the IndyCar series. It's a good 40, 45 minutes we spent with the guy earlier this week. That we straightened it out with Roger Penske. We talked about this movie. We talk about his health, a number of things. His feelings on Joseph Newgarden, Scott McLaughlin. It's great Will Power, Freak Nation. Big second hour coming up next. SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
I don't know whether I'm trying to work out whether it's all the crashes or it's actually just age.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Since 2022, the Enjoy Illinois 300 and Worldwide Technology Raceway has been nothing short of spectacular. Side-by-side racing, intense battles, flared tempers. It's now the second race of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. All the excitement and the added drama of championship elimination. Go fast or go home. Get your tickets now at www.raceway.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Office of Tourism and Discover Downstate Illinois.
Summer is finally here. Cookouts, pool parties, and rising gas prices. Time to start using Lucas Fuel Treatment. Lucas Fuel Treatment improves mileage, increases power, and lowers emissions. It's a virtual tune-up in a bottle. Just pour it directly into the tank for a dramatic improvement in the performance of your vehicle. Good for gas and diesel engines. Lucas Fuel Treatment. Get it now at your local auto parts store.
Freak Nation, get this. General Tire has launched a comprehensive Shield Plus Advantage plan for passenger and light truck tires. What that means for you is when you purchase General Tires, the Shield Plus Advantage plan lets you enjoy a complete package of multiple warranties and coverage to get the most from your tires. The plan applies to all General Tire passenger and light truck tires purchased as replacements in the U.S. and Canada with DOT serial numbers. For more information, hit them up on GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of SpeedFreaks for 2 decades.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Austin Dillon.
Final time, there's the contact!
Boom!
Is everybody going to come to the house afterwards?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are they going to come?
Yes.
There we go. So if Ace Man says everybody can come party tonight, I guess it'll happen.
Yeah, it's like, you don't remember anything after 40. Like, you're just literally just walking around like a fish.
You know what? I'm very comfortable wearing this, and, if you think I'm oh, well.
Try again.
Live on the Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios, driven by General Tire.
Rock on, baby!
I am serious. Here's the Freaks.
Freak Nation, coming up in about 6 or 7 minutes, we're going to start our interview with Will Power. Crasher and I had a chance to catch up with the 2-time IndyCar Series champion, Indy 500 champion, and a dude that has no idea if he's going to be running with Roger Penske next year. It's been a large controversy over the last month or so, and we spend a lot of time with this guy, and I don't want you to miss this interview for this second hour here in the Freak Nation. And Crasher, we briefly touched on it last hour about the Mount Rushmore for IndyCar for you. But quickly, one thing we didn't talk about was the NASCAR schedule. Is allegedly supposed to be released this week, right? Richie, is that what you're hearing, my friend?
That's correct, if you listen to the internet.
Because the internet's always right.
And will we find out if Dover is only an all-star race and not a points race? Man, Cole, he see him grit his teeth.
Man. Getting hot over here.
How many NASCAR tracks will have Richmond success with one date only? That's intriguing to me.
Hold on a second. Were you alluding to something there? Richmond? What are you hearing, Crasher?
Richmond as a doubleheader.
Whoa, of 2 NASCAR races. What?
Hey, Fox wants an oval before the Indy 500. Fans want an oval before the Indy 500. We know that this new executive team has been talking to Richmond, talking to Phoenix, potentially other ovals. And a little birdie may have thrown out that, hey, over this Richmond weekend, is Richmond in? Is Fox pushing for a doubleheader weekend at Richmond the beginning of May? NASCAR, IndyCar, there's your oval before the 500, both on Fox at the same time. Never say never.
Fox owns a third of IndyCar, Freak Nation, or Penske Entertainment, and we know that they broadcast the first half of the NASCAR series. Makes a whole hell of a lot of sense. Something we've been clamoring for 25 freaking years, you happy bastards.
Well, we loved it. We loved it at Indy. Yeah. But, let's do it at Richmond now. I'm all for it.
Freak Nation, Will Power, unlike you've ever seen this guy. And there's 45 minutes of the guy. We'll have it up on our YouTube page, the full unedited version of Will Power. We had to break this down to 30, 25 minutes, man. We're going to kick it off. A portion of it this first segment, then 2 and 3 of this hour. I've never done this for Speed Freaks in 25 years. But going back and listening to this interview, I just, from time to time, I'm going, oh. And we start off the interview where he doesn't know we're rolling. And I thought, let's just go with it.
I don't know whether I'm trying to work out whether it's all the crashes or it's actually just age. And when I speak to her brothers, they're like, no, it's age. Like, I don't know what I'm doing minute to minute already. Because they're sort of, I've got a couple of older brothers and one that's also in his 40s younger. But yeah, it's like, you don't remember anything after 40. Like, you're just literally just walking around like a fish.
Like a fish.
Well, and I, again, having Henley at an older stage of my life, the energy and brain waves she sucks out of my head, you can just blame it on Bo.
Yes, no, it's like, oh, man, I got to get back to, like, doing some sort of, like, memory training or something. I think, like, you're in school, you're doing schoolwork, and sometimes I have to try remember how to spell things, which is crazy. Like, really basic stuff. Like, how do you actually spell the? I was like, is the E before the H? I just can't remember.
Yeah. I was going to go with more complicated words like chicane.
Yeah, sometimes the real basic one, like, is that how you spell owl? Like, is it O-U-R? Is it? Was it O-A-R? I can't. Yeah.
Can you spell Penske?
No, I can definitely spell Penske. Yeah. But I don't put me on the spot. I can't. Here we go. Is this the thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought we'd start rolling.
Is this the thing?
Are we like, this is what's going out? Oh my God. Yeah, I'm definitely not with this stuff going out. Yeah, I won't be racing next year. I mean, there you go. He's got no memories. He's been on a binge of green tea. Yeah.
No, hold on. If this is going to go to air, I don't know where we're going to cut this interview, but truth be told, be told, no, it's all good. Truth be told, you are a student of the sport. You talk about your memory. We joke about that.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a reason why you and Scott Dixon are at the top of the list for everything in IndyCar. You both study the sport. You take a win, you come home, you dissect it. You take last year's race, the year before that, you find the faults in it, you dissect it and figure out how to be better at that same track the next year. I don't think people are fully aware of that. And, you could throw out your age. That's such an old white dude way of thinking of, he's old, he's mid-40s. Yet you're at the top of your game because you never stop studying. Let's get that out there more.
No, that is exactly right. I've never stopped working hard at this, and I still am. I'm still learning. It's crazy after this many years that you are still picking stuff up, and just I think at this point it just gets more intricate. The little details that you're able to feel, and the inputs in the car, just the smallest of things that you would never have thought about. It's just that you've had so much time in it. I reckon any musician or anyone that has been doing their craft for that long would feel the same. I went and saw Louis C.K. the other night, and just an incredible, and that is just experience of a guy that has been doing that craft for that long. So whatever the discipline is, once you get over 20 years of it, man, you really, especially 20 years of the same car, same tire, and you're really finding little things that you never would have thought of, in the early days. So it is, it's just, oh man, I love it. I'm what you call a racing nerd, I still feel like I'm in my 20s the way I approach it.
Well, it's interesting you say that. As the time has gone on, has it become easier to tear down your faults in a certain race and be able to make them better by the next weekend? Has that whole process just become more seamless, which is why you're so damn good?
Well, I would say the process of understanding where you're struggling, on a race weekend has, really been streamlined, being able to go out there and execute that. Yes. Yeah. All those little details. I think the biggest gain for me over this time is my mental game, how good I am mentally. Just, and that is not just, I think just in life you get better. You just understand life a lot better by the time you're in your 40s. And, that is, and that plays into, how you emotionally take any ups and downs. I think you're just way more stable in that respect. And but also just, how you deal with these high pressure situations. I was leading with a lot of pressure at the end of that race, and I was very calm. I was in a place that I've been so many times before, and in a place I enjoy. And you're just less prone to mistakes because of that, the way you are, the way, mentally you are in those situations.
There's things going in the IndyCar series right now that some drivers are upset at some of the younger drivers because they feel like there's some aggressive driving going on. And arguably, you could make an argument for either side. Who's the aggressor on either side of the equation here? Do you feel like there maybe needs to be some sort of a come to Jesus meeting of the veterans and the young guys, or is this just part of the sport?
The series is at a level where, it's, I would say, this is what I'd say, is that the toughest, the thing that is most effective to stop someone driving in a way that's, probably overly aggressive or has many incidents is being called out in a driver meeting by his peers, by his fellow drivers. That puts a lot of pressure on a driver to know that, hey, everyone around you thinks that you're, Kyle Novak can say it, Max Pappas, these guys that are in racing drive, but when all your fellow drivers say you're too aggressive, man, that he gets called out sort of in the forum of everyone sitting together. I've noticed that is very effective. It's because you're always looking for approval from all your peers. I mean, that's competition. That's in life. So when you're called out, you really think about it. You really think, well, what's everyone think of me? Because I want respect in the paddock. But I don't want the opposite, where everyone thinks, I'm a wanker.
Freak Nation, and it gets even better. We set the record straight with Roger Penske, ups and downs of dealing with issues outside the track, and his acting career, and would he do a nudie scene with Margot Robbie? It's all coming up. Part 2 with Will Power. SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
As your power steering pump ages, seal leaks may occur, causing the power steering system to lose fluid. Your power steering system may also develop an annoying squeal, and the steering may become more difficult to handle. By using Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, you will stop the seal leaks, reduce slack in rack and pinion, eliminate the squeals and hard spots in your power steering system. It is guaranteed to stop seal leaks or your money back. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak. It works.
Whatever you do, General Tire delivers.
Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with SpeedFreaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to SpeedFreaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, Mondays, 12 p.m. Eastern and Pacific on Racer Network.
Since 2022, the Enjoy Illinois 300 and Worldwide Technology Raceway has been nothing short of spectacular. Side-by-side racing, intense battles, flared tempers. It's now the second race of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. All the excitement and the added drama of championship elimination. Go fast or go home. Get your tickets now at www.raceway.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Office of Tourism and Discover Downstate Illinois.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
You're back with the Freaks, Lucas Oil Studios. Go to lucasoil.com. That's lucasoil.com. Check out a line of products. Keep your rides on the road, Freak Nation. We continue on with Will Power, two-time IndyCar Series champion, Indy 500 champion, who has no idea if he has a ride with Roger Penske for 2026. We talk in detail about that and many, many more things. It's Will Power, unlike you've ever heard the guy. Now, SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Did someone call you out in the past? And then second part of the question, is anyone calling out the Ferruccis or the Rasmussens, or has it been necessary?
No, I actually haven't been called out. I've called out many people. I can't remember whether I have had that. I just noticed at times, like, I just remember there was a driver at one point that was racing the leader very hard, and it was sort of made fun of in the driver meeting, I think, and that stopped. And then everyone else thought the same, like, man, I don't want to be that guy. I just think it gets difficult when you start policing side-by-side racing. It gets... I just say you got to look at every individual incident and understand the thinking of, the decision that race control came to. Usually they're very good. If you go up there, they will explain it. They'll go through the video and say, this is why we didn't or did penalize. And I think at one point we asked, well, could we do that the next week, the next race at the driver meeting, have it on screen, just quickly go through, this is the decisions we made and this is why this guy didn't get a penalty, and explain to the drivers so they kind of understand and know, the thinking of the stewards. So, yeah, I don't think they need to. I mean, it hasn't been too bad. I think people have been penalized fairly, and I'd say, yeah, that was a bit of a standout was Connor Daly and Rasmussen. I kind of, the first one where they both ended up off the track, I was like, you could look at it where Rasmussen's wheel might have got ripped out of his hand, and that's why they both ended up off the track, and that's why it may not have been a penalty. The second one, just looking from the overview, Rasmussen's front wing touched Connor's rear wheel, or it was that. Yeah, I would be interested to see what race control, what their thinking was on that, because usually that is a penalty.
The only Penske driver to win a race this year, joining us here in the Freak Nation. And one reason why we wanted to talk to you, Will, because you've been coming in here for damn near 20 years. We're celebrating our 25th anniversary. And we know your personality to a degree. And your personality post-race, it didn't scare me, but it was like, Will's talking to somebody. Will just won an important race, but Will wasn't Will after typically winning a race. And it's probably uncomfortable for you to watch this, but watch this and you'll see where I'm coming from. But this isn't the Will Power coming in the Freak Nation.
Yeah, I mean, I won 3 races last year. So if you're a team, if you're waiting on me to know if I'm good enough, I don't know what you're thinking. Like, if you're actually waiting, it's like, yeah, is this guy? I'm not sure if this guy's good enough. Just go back to last year, and you'll know.
Yeah. What you want me
to? No. Will,
yeah.
We know you, man, and you're one of our favorites of all time. Your dry sense of humor, your ability to start shit when you don't even mean to. It's just fantastic. But when I saw that, it took me 24 hours and I thought, he's not talking to the dude who asked that question. He's talking to his boss. Am I wrong?
No, that's not necessarily true. I'm just, that's a tough question. I mean, I'd had that question a lot, and like all season I've been asked these questions. I guess I was a little bit frustrated with getting those questions constantly. So I suppose that's why I answered that way. But I did win 3 races last year, and I thought that anyone else in the paddock would get signed up at that. So yeah, no, it was it's been I would say it has been a very stressful year for me.
Yeah.
Very stressful. Just from, I believe I'm good enough, and so but that was just as probably a lapse of, maybe shouldn't have said that, but it's probably what I felt in the moment with those questions continually coming to me all the time. I was just about had enough of it.
True.
Yeah.
Well, something else I learned, and I think we've all been in this spot. When I was doing radio rock shows across the country or doing news in Los Angeles, there was always a guy who hired me, the news director or the program director. And from time to time, that program director or news director would get fired, and I'd be scared shitless that I was going to lose my job because he's the one who hired me, and a new dude's going to come in and not appreciate what I do. And I heard once Tim Cindric left, the guy who talked to you about extension says, "Hey, man, we'll talk about it at the end of 24. When Tim Cindric left, did you have any inclination that there was going to be an issue, or did you feel that same way that I did? Like, my guy's gone, man. There's going to be an issue signing a contract with Penske."
I wouldn't say. I think, Tim was a very good mediator, between the team and Roger. So, yeah, it was a very interesting time. I kind of was wondering how that's going to, what they're going to do there. Who's going to be that guy that you speak to? And there, I would say there's probably a bit of confusion there for a while. Who do you actually talk to? Because it was, you wouldn't usually just call Roger. You'd call Tim, you'd speak to Tim, and Tim would kind of give you the updates on, what he thinks is going to happen. So, but they did move that, they move the appropriate people forward, up and so on.
So the person that came in for Cindric didn't talk to you for a year and a half or whatever it was. Right?
No, well, Tim, what do you mean? Tim.
Well, you said that you said that after 2024 they were going to talk to you about an extension.
Yes,
but you've had no conversation about an extension since Tim Cindric left.
I've had no, that's not true. That is not true. I spoke to Roger after Detroit. I did.
Okay.
Yeah, and he sort of, said we'll talk in August. So yeah, no,
wow.
that's not true. Like after the whole May thing, obviously a lot went down in May, and there's a lot of restructuring and all that. So I didn't really expect to, hear much in that time, in that period. But no, Roger, we sat down at the race team and talked about what the future may be. So no, they did that.
I guess where I'm a little confused is, at least from what I've picked up from articles and some things, maybe what you said to Bob Pockras on Friday of the Portland weekend, is that you are unable to talk to other teams, but you are also unable to know your status on your current team. Nothing until the end of the season. I don't think I've ever heard of that before. That seems odd to me. Isn't that odd to you?
Yeah.
That's not true. What I was saying is, sat down with Roger. Yes, I could talk to other teams. Roger basically said that's okay, but obviously can't sign or do anything till after the season. So yeah, no, that's not exactly true. That is not exactly true. He said, I'm basically said, I'm not going to shoot you if you go and talk to other teams while we work out what's going to happen here. So No, that he did. He said that, and then obviously I can't sign or anything with other teams, but I could kind of see what's out there.
Okay, good. That provides clarity, because the perception was that you can't talk to others, but you also can't talk to your current team. Thank you for that clarity.
No.
But regardless, it doesn't reduce the stress, unfortunately, that you're under, and it's just pulling out that win. And like you just told us at the beginning of this interview, how you were in your happy spot. Everything was just clear those last several laps. Maybe a little stressful, but clear. Wow. How do you do it? I mean, I know that's such a simple question, but I don't think it's a simple answer.
I have been in that spot many times, because usually at the end of the race, we don't have a blue flag rule. I had used tires and the other two had new tires. So, we'd played our cards early. We'd, started on new tires and picked the strategy to go along, so at the end of the day, picking the new tires early was good, got a massive gap. But we knew at some point we're going to be, have to deal with used tires, but it was just being mistake free.
And I know I said it after the first segment, it gets even better. Well, it does. Freak Nation. More with Will Power coming up here at SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Whatever you do, General Tire delivers.
Here's to the Dream Chasers, the Glass Ceiling Breakers, the Minivan Mothers, the Scheduled Jugglers, and everyday All-Stars at the top of their game. We see you making moves, taking names, and rewriting the rules to find your own way. To all the women who keep our world running smooth, we keep you on the move.
Since 2022, the Enjoy Illinois 300 and Worldwide Technology Raceway has been nothing short of spectacular. Side-by-side racing, intense battles, flared tempers. It's now the second race of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. All the excitement and the added drama of championship elimination. Go fast or go home. Get your tickets now at www.raceway.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Office of Tourism and Discover Downstate Illinois.
Stop by Sherwin-Williams and get 30% off select paints and stains August 15th through the 18th. It's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Refresh your home inside and out with colors that make every space feel brand new. From cozy interiors to stunning exteriors, we've got the perfect shade for your next project. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
We finish off with Will Power with this segment, and again, it's great to have Will Power and do this. He spent 45 minutes with us, and we will have the full interview up on our YouTube page. And Crasher reminded me the only other dude that we spent a full hour with here in the Freak Nation was John Force, maybe Mario Andretti at the time. So that's a hell of a comparison with Will Power. Will Power here, the Freak Nation.
Will, we don't hang out, Will. I get that. We don't pal around and drink warm beer and eat raunchy and talk about our kids. But there is a connection that we have to you. And we just took this stuff. We take this stuff a little differently too than we would a freaking Rasmussen or somebody. So it's good to get some clarity from you, I got to say, in this interview.
No, it's I've enjoyed coming on your show for years. It's always been fun, because I enjoy to joke around. This has always been that's been my family, man. My dad had a great sense of humor. Brother's stand-up comedian. So we always did have a laugh at people's expense. It was very enjoyable. Especially your brothers.
There was one time we talked to you a year or two ago, maybe, and your brother Damien was actually working on potentially a script with the group in New York. Is that any further down the road where IndyCar may benefit?
Well, so that script, so I think HBO paid him to sort of write those seasons, and then HBO was bought by someone and split, so he got that script back. He could resell it, but in the off season, we did a short film which he's entering into film festivals together, and so that's completed now. It's a short film. It's like 20 minutes. It's actually not a comedy. It was a serious piece. It was difficult acting. I acted myself in it. And it was actually very draining when it's not, where it's not lighthearted. It's quite deep in a way.
Is it about you? Is it a racing short flick?
It is actually about me. Yes, it is. Yeah.
This is amazing.
That's no bullshit, Will.
Yeah. What? No, I'm not. Did you say it's no bullshit? No, that's for real. We did that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm stoked now. So it's not public anywhere. I would imagine it's not on like YouTube or something, but it's going to be entered into the film festivals. The circuit starting, I would assume, the beginning of 26.
No, like he was trying to get it entered for a film festival. It's a big one coming up. I can't remember. One of those big Cannes or whatever it is.
Cannes is May. Sundance. Sundance is
I think June. There must be one coming up, like, because he's working really hard to get the sound done.
Oh, wow.
Like this week type thing. Cool. So I don't know what film festival that was, but he's going to enter it in as many as possible. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I don't know what any of us as fans can do on this end of it to flood the inboxes of people who vote, but that's pretty freaking cool. Yeah. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it is. It was interesting. It was kind of, it made me realize how lucky I am to be a driver. Like a lot of people, like, I want to be an actor. I think it'd be awesome. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to be an actor, man. Like it's grueling because you spend the whole day doing these scenes over and over and over from different angles and so on. And you get to the end of the day and it's like, yeah, you got 6 more days. And where a race, you go do a race and you finish, you're just like, that was just so awesome. Like you drive a car for a day, like you go testing, it was just awesome. You feel awesome after it. Mm-hmm. But at the end of filming, you feel like crap. You're like, oh, I don't want to do anymore. This really sucks. I think what people want is money and fame, but I actually realize, like, I'm sure people are really into the craft of acting, which is kind of like, I got insight into that, which I enjoy, but man, it's grueling. It is grueling. I can't imagine doing a full film. Like these guys would just have to like learn scripts and do it like that. It is not as satisfying as a weekend at the racetrack, like racing, not even close. Like getting paid to be a race car driver is way better than getting paid to be an actor. I promise you.
It's a whole different mental game.
What if your brother comes in and says, Will, that bear rug on your couch, the only way that I can get Margot Robbie in my movie with you is you've got to pretend to make love to her.
Oh, goodness.
Would you do that for your brother?
Show me on the bear rug.
What, this bear rug?
Yeah, with Margot Robbie.
But it's not even the same one. I don't know what happened to that bear rug. It was kind of like my wife must have she must have seen the episode and got a bit embarrassed. She had a bear rug on that. It was, but mind you, I love animals. I've never killed an animal.
I know.
But yeah, she she got rid of it. I don't know what happened. It was silent. It wasn't like she didn't say, "Yeah, I'm getting rid of this." It was just like gone. So,
could you imagine doing a nudie scene with some other chick as you're married in a movie? That's just the strangest to me.
It's odd.
That would be interesting. I think Liz wouldn't be for that. Like the original script, my brother had me with I had a child early in my career, and went back and saw the mother. I don't know, something, but she's like, "Yeah, you're not doing that. You're not doing that script."
Look at Liz with creative control. I'm loving it.
Yeah, no, it was. Oh man, well, the reason we're doing these films is it was so interesting growing up in Toowoomba, this small blue collar town, and and I think it's interesting to my brother, the fact that I actually made it to this level in motorsport, because to know me as a teenager, there's just no way you'd go, that guy made it there. Like I was such a nut. So, in a pretty crazy town. It was a pretty crazy town. There's a lot of let's say, a lot of fighting, it's just an interesting place to grow up. It was really cool, but it would be a good movie.
Is it a rags to riches type story?
Full movie. It's just more like, once I left Toowoomba, it's just crazy how different, the rest of the world was. That's kind of how I felt. Like it took a long time to get the Toowoomba out of me. It's still a bit in me, as you know, when you see some interviews and so on, and some of the things I've done over the past. But that was me all the time back in the day.
So the double birds was Toowoomba.
That was very much Toowoomba, yeah. Okay. That was very much, but more than that, it's fighting and a lot of hardcore stuff. Yeah, it was just a very tough town. Let's say very, very tough blue collar town. Very tough. And you're judged on your ability to fight. That's sort of how your status was. That's where you stacked up. Like, is he a good fighter? That's the first thing you would ask when you met someone new. It's like, hey, this new guy, like, I've been hanging out with this guy. Is he a good fighter? That was like at school, at primary school, it was always about, is he a good fighter? That's a very normal thing in that town. So that's when I left Toowoomba, I just realized that that's not normal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but seriously, it's not normal. But that was the thing then. As we grew up as kids, starting from a very young age, you're judged on your fighting abilities.
Well, you say that it's hard to believe, or maybe for some people back home, that you've made it to the big stage now, but actually that helped lay the foundation for you. You're not a fighter in the physical sense now, but you fight for everything in your sport, and you do it successfully because of the mental mindset that was basically beat into you, pun intended, when you were a kid.
I would say coming from that town, you felt that you had to work extra hard. There's no question. It's like, how could you get from that small town to, racing IndyCar at Indianapolis? I mean, that was, I think that's what's interesting about that story. It just never was planned. It wasn't like there's never in a million years, if you'd asked me when I was 20 that, you said you'd be racing IndyCars for Penske, it just wouldn't have been, a thought. Unlike some people you pick in go-karts, like this guy's going to be really good, from a very young age. So it's a different, it's just an interesting story, I think.
By Damian Power.
He writes scripts every day, yeah.
But I'm not a liar.
Oh, stop. Kenny.
But I'm not a liar.
What is he saying? Come on.
He's saying
you can't hear it?
No, I got to unmute it. You only put up for a second, so I can't.
Well, it's real quick. Unmute it. Here we go.
No, I know. I'm trying to.
All right, here we go.
But I'm not a liar.
Oh, but I'm not a liar. Okay, I gotcha. There you go.
That's just a drop we play every now and then just to catch people off guard.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Freak Nation, the full 43 minutes with Will Power. Check it out on our YouTube page at Official Speed Freaks. Incredible time with Will Power. Beat the Freaks. Did we beat you, freaks? That's next. SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Here's to the Dream Chasers, the Glass Ceiling Breakers, the Minivan Mothers, the Scheduled Jugglers, and everyday All-Stars at the top of their game. We see you making moves, taking names, and rewriting the rules to find your own way. To all the women who keep our world running smooth, we keep you on the move. Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with SpeedFreaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to SpeedFreaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, Mondays, 12 p.m. Eastern and Pacific on Racer Network.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive styling. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
Since 2022, the Enjoy Illinois 300 and Worldwide Technology Raceway has been nothing short of spectacular. Side-by-side racing, intense battles, flared tempers. It's now the second race of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. All the excitement and the added drama of championship elimination. Go fast or go home. Get your tickets now at WWTRaceway.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Office of Tourism and Discover Downstate, Illinois.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, coming up in a few minutes, we find out if we award another Freak Nation member a set of General Tires. We've gotten our ass kicked this year. But I'm not sure if it's going to work this time when yours truly, go to the foreshot, I want to see these happy bastards' faces. When yours truly picked Austin Dillon to win this damn race.
Yeah, just go one step further. Cole, what else did he do?
And the runner-up, Alex Bowman.
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah, I don't think we have a winner.
Well, the amount of money that I won on this, zero. That's how much I believe in those guys. Damn it. What's your go-to app? I know you don't bet, but what's your go-to app for betting, Cole?
I usually look at the BetMGM values because they're more favorable payouts for NASCAR.
But you don't gamble?
No.
No.
Nope.
We're not allowed to as media.
Right.
Yeah.
Crasher, if the dealer shows a 3.
Oh, stop it!
And you've got 17, do you take a hit?
No.
At a girl.
But you say, oh, yeah, she would. She would hit.
Mm-hmm.
No, I wouldn't. Whatever.
Freak Nation, if you miss any of the show, you can watch it again on Racer Network, Mondays, 12 p.m. Eastern and Pacific. Or you can go to our official YouTube page, at Official Speed Freaks on YouTube. It's been a great show, man. We've hit so much in this thing, from Austin Dillon to Kyle Busch, Will Power, the playoff system, the lack of a damn good playoff, so much that we hit here in the Freak Nation, including get a single shot of Cole Cusimano. The fact that we may have a all-star race at Dover. That's awesome. And like I said, man, if Cole could birth a freaking baby, he'd call it Miles Dover. He loves that track so much that he'd be disappointed if there's an all-star race, Cole. It's okay, buddy.
Yeah.
And we hope to find out this week, according to the hacks online, we're supposed to see the 2026 schedule.
Maybe as early as Tuesday.
Ooh, snap.
Yeah.
Do we have 4 or 5 road course races?
Allegedly, if you listen to Jordan Bianchi, he says 5. We're probably going to lose one.
I'll take that.
So not 2.
Not 2.
Okay.
Sonoma, Glen, San Diego, Coda. What's the 5th? The Roval?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go, Freak Nation. All right, every weekend we drop numbers out there, not with just TMS, but with Beat the Freaks, Freak Nation. and we give you a chance to win a set of General Tires. We ask you to name 3 drivers for the NASCAR Cup Series race. If we pick you, you beat us, and again, this all takes place on Twitter. We give you a set of General Tires, Freak Nation. And I didn't realize I had freaking Alex Bowman in my top 3 as well. So I think this is an ass kicking by yours truly. I picked Austin Dillon, Alex Bowman. Who else did I pick?
Christopher Bell.
Man. Do we have Richie? Do we have a celebratory audio drop that we can throw with this? Because I have a feeling I kicked some asses.
I can have it ready. I don't know. This is going to be great because I don't know what any of these are, these buttons. So I'm just going to press on one and we'll find out.
Okay.
Get William ready, just in case.
Okay, here we go. Let's see the graphic there, Freak Nation.
All right.
Oh my God, that is.
There we go. That's. Oh my God.
Wow.
The hell happened to me, bro?
Whoa.
Me, man.
Jesus.
Listen, Cole Cusimano has been kicking ass as a SpeedFreaks representative all year. I doubled up your points, Cole.
That's right. I got to get you on the money stop, I guess.
Yeah. Holy cow.
Jeez.
At least for every Richmond.
Yeah. Doubleheader. No.
Hey, but we crowned a champion. Yeah. We crowned a champion this year. We did. We crowned a regular season champion with William Boring Byron. Hey, Richie, did they award him the trophy there at Richmond?
Oh, man, the celebration was awesome. Did you not see that? You guys were busy.
Yeah.
You guys were busy doing your post-soccer thing on Saturday night, so y'all didn't get to see the massive celebration they threw for William Byron. They brought out the Steves. Steves was there. The commissioner was there. And then so was the other guy. And they
You're
were both
talking
there.
about Tyler Reddick last year, aren't you?
Yeah, because William Boring Byron did not get a celebration on Saturday night.
He got an interview and that's it.
He got an interview with the TNT guy, and he was ecstatic, man. I wish we should have gotten that audio because it was great.
No trophy. He clinches, and there's no fanfare.
So do they cover it next week? It's like anticlimactic, right?
Yeah.
Do they cover it?
They gotta. Yeah, you guys get the trophy.
Hey, you won it last week. We talked to you on camera again, but William Byron, again,
that's
you
weird.
are the regular season champion. Richie, where's the sound?
Oh, yeah, there it is. Sorry, I was trying to look at his odds, dude. I was trying to find out what the regular season championship that gets you in terms of the odds for your. Okay, so NASCAR Cup Series championship odds here after Richmond.
Mm-hmm.
William Boring Byron is not your favorite. He is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th at plus 600.
Wow.
Damn.
Not even championship 4. Wow.
No,
Okay.
No.
Interesting.
Your favorite, Cody Big Johnson, voice of God, is Kyle Larson.
Where's he?
He's plus 400, and he has raced like utter trash the last 10 weeks. There's a great. I don't have the damn stat in front of me. Maybe we can bring it up again. We'll bring it up. This would be great for Humpday. We'll bring this up again on Humpday, and we'll talk about Kyle Larson being absolute trash ever since the Indianapolis 500. He's been terrible.
He's taken the Joey Logano approach for the playoffs this year. So load him up for a championship bet. Plus 400.
You've got three wins, Richie. Isn't it R&D for you for the rest of the season until playoffs?
Maybe Cole's right, and maybe Cole. That's the conspiracy: is that Kyle Larson's learned from Joey Logano, and he just took the last 5 weeks off or 10 weeks off, and was like, "I'll be good. I'll be good for the championship 4." Show up in the playoffs.
All right, we're going to start with Cody Big Johnson. I'm throwing everybody. Well, unfortunately, Cody gets the brunt of the surprise question. All right, Cody Big Johnson. Who's the number 16 that you want in the playoffs after Daytona? Who's the number 16 to get? Who do you want in?
Being what are my options?
Clearing your throat.
Yep.
All good.
Your options of drivers right now that are not in the 16. Bowman or Reddick, they have to get punted. Who do you want in there for 16?
I'm going to take Bowman.
Oh, God. Really?
But
what do you mean, oh, God?
Now.
He's in.
Hendrick,
16.
I have a slight affiliation, if you didn't know.
We got to get a graphic of a snorkeler that just freaking goes on your freaking mouth, man. Jeez.
What?
Richie, who do you want in?
How is it not Carson Hocevar?
Oh.
Interesting. Yeah.
For all the chaos. Yeah, I like that.
Kosovar, baby, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yeah, Kenny, that's got you written all over it. Captain Chaos.
I don't think he's earned it yet.
It's a good nickname.
Oh.
I don't think he's earned it yet. No. I mean, A.J. Allmendinger over at Carson Hoster. I don't need that chaos. Listen, right now it's setting up to have its own chaos without anybody in there with a freaking sledgehammer. Freak Nation, because it's freaking Daytona.
Yeah.
Cole, who do you want?
I want Brad Keselowski, but I think that Ryan Preece deserves it.
Ooh.
Ooh, over the boss man.
Crasher?
I'm going to go homer pick Kyle Busch. Come on, his teammate. I almost said his sister. His teammate just won. Come on, guys. Let's do a teammate push to the end at Daytona, old school style.
Happened in 2023.
With DK and Busher.
2023. Happened in 2020. RCR. They talked about this on the teardown where it happened in 2022. Sorry, and where Tyler Reddick, who had already won, pushed Austin Dillon to the win, and Austin Dillon made the playoffs at Daytona. So,
boom.
Yeah, it's happened before.
Let's do it again.
I've got a 1A and a 1B. Sorry.
Oh, no fair.
Because how awesome would this be? My 1A, no, my 1B. My 1B is Kyle Busch because of the chaos and our affiliation. And like I say, with Kyle Busch in the headlines, it just makes for a better racing series in NASCAR. Did I say he was 1B? I said he was 1B.
He's 1B.
My 1A would be Daniel Suarez.
Oh.
Okay.
The havoc that would wreak going into 2026.
Being a lame duck driver.
Lame duck. What does he have to lose, man?
Yeah.
Couple of great races for him in a row, too. Couple top tens. He's on a roll.
Heating up. Be out here in Phoenix, too.
He's good at these drafting tracks as well. So
yeah, I wouldn't hate it. We just if you catch Humpday
Humpday.
Caught? If you catch Humpday every Wednesday, how about that? Is that proper?
That works.
All right. If you caught Humpday last Wednesday, I like chaos, and a lot of us like chaos. I'm not a purist when it comes to sports. I just like chaos. I like upsetting the apple cart. Who the hell ever says that anymore? What's a freaking millennial thing? Upset the apple cart.
They don't even know.
I got nothing, dude.
You threw me off so bad with that one, I can't even think.
All right.
Jeez.
It's like chaos, G.
Riling the system.
You guys know what an apple cart is? I have no idea either, man. Freaking, my grandfather probably said that. I still don't know. Anyway,
We just saw Greatest Showman last night. Yes, an apple cart was in the Greatest Showman when he steals the apple. Come on.
Upset the apple cart.
Upset
what
the
does that
apple
make
cart.
you pull? Oh, you're pulling at one apple now. They all fall.
Yeah,
there we go. Hey, Freak Nation. We promise to do better next Sunday night.
We do.
Thank you guys for being a part of this big old thing. Don't forget Hump Day Wednesday, Hump Day horsepower, all that kind of stuff. Wednesdays, 2